Seeing the
10 rounds. In the red corner, wearing green trunks and weighing 160 pounds, from Wichita, Kansas, Irish Mike Hallacy. And in the red corner, in the blue corner, wearing red trunks with the white and green stripes, weighing 160 pounds, the second-ranked middleweight in the world, from Brooklyn, New York, Vito Antuofermo.
As they say in boxing, Vito Antuofermo from Brooklyn and Irish Mike Hallacy in the green trunks from Wichita, Kansas. Vito Antuofermo now in the red trunks and the mustache. Vito is 25 years old. His opponent is only 23. Vito is a very quick fighter, a busy fighter. He'll keep Hallacy moving throughout the evening. Hallacy is a very confident fighter. We were talking to him today, and he's not in the least in awe of the reputation of Antuofermo, although he took a solid left shot on the jaw as he came in there. Hallacy has good balance. He's got a good jab, and he can shorten up on his punches when he has to. Sneak right hand. Antuofermo coming back. Antuofermo loves to fight. Surprising that he's only 25 years old. It seems he's been around a long time. He won a Golden Gloves title back in 1970. We're in the opening minutes of round one of this 10-rounder, and the referee is Billy Connolly. Hallacy a bit the taller of the two, at 5'10" to 5'8.5" for Antuofermo. You'll notice that Antuofermo sometimes throws his punches in bunches. A pressure fighter, he'll keep the pressure on his opponent. The scoring here on Boston is the 10-point must system by a referee and two judges. They all count in the scoring. The mandatory 8 count is in effect if a man is floored. However, there is no 3 knockdown rule. It's up to the discretion of the referee how many times a man can be knocked down, and a man can be saved at the bell. If the bell rings while he's down, he can be saved by the bell. There's a cut already beside the left eye of Vito Antuofermo. We told you he gets cut. It's too bad. He's a very likable person, and that has hindered his career so far. 2 of the 3 bouts he lost have been on cuts. He's got a good cut man in the person of Freddie Brown, however. And that cut will get progressively worse. We're in the final minute of round one. Not too much to choose between them so far. Antuofermo starting the work to the body, and Hallacy gets the idea and does the same thing. About half a minute to go in the round. I'm watching that cut beside the left eye. It's to the left of Antuofermo. A lot of blood there. Time running out in the round. Hallacy will go for that cut with his jab. This 10-rounder, Vito Antuofermo in the red trunks, Irish Mike Hallacy in the green, and we notice between rounds that Hallacy also has a cut. It's not as serious as Antuofermo's, though. It's on the bridge of his nose. Antuofermo has had 47 fights, winning 43, losing 3, and having 1 draw, losing 2 by TKOs, meaning they were stopped because of cuts. Antuofermo putting on a little pressure now as Hallacy hangs on to him. And the referee, Billy Connolly, gets them apart. Hallacy has had only 23 fights, winning 18 and losing 5, and scoring 8 knockouts. Antuofermo has scored 20 KOs. Antuofermo usually gets in there with the first punch, and Hallacy comes back with a counter as a rule. 2 minutes left in the round. Nice maneuver by Hallacy. Hallacy goes southpaw for a moment. Now he's orthodox. And he goes southpaw. He's got the right hand extended, a la Marvin Hagler. Hallacy claiming a low blow. The referee ignores the claim. Hallacy's face is very, very red with half the round over. Taking a lot of chops in there. Antuofermo, a pretty good puncher with those short ones. Hallacy can't seem to untrack himself in this round. That's spot of blood again by the left eye of Antuofermo. We got to watch it. And a cut beside the left eye of Mike Hallacy. Unless he's got some of Antuofermo's blood on him, I think he's got his own cut. A minute to go in the round. Antuofermo definitely in charge of the fight. Hallacy just can't get his rhythm. Antuofermo works the body, then works the head, and then works the body again. And that is a cut beside the left eye of Hallacy. He's in the green trunks. Half a minute to go in round two. This bout could end at any time with either of them the victim of cuts. Best exchange so far, and fairly even. Round three underway at the Boston Garden. Don Dunphy along with Don Chevrier bringing you all the action. Irish Mike Hallacy in the green trunks, a little wild with those punches. Vito Antuofermo, number 2 ranked in the world, and he has been promised a shot with champion Hugo Corro if he wins this fight tonight. And so far, he seems to be winning it. Both are cut to the side of the left eye. Solid shots by Antuofermo make Hallacy hold on. Antuofermo has a knack of throwing those short, solid punches, and there's a low blow. Now Hallacy is becoming a chopping block. He can't seem to get started here. Bleeding from the bridge of the nose and around the left eye with 2 minutes to go in round three. Vito Antuofermo, ranked number 2 in the world, shows why he is. So far anyway, but it's early. Referee Billy Conley getting them out of a clinch. Round half over. Antuofermo now has gone to hitting and holding, and Hallacy is doing his share of the holding too. Hallacy's face is starting to get chopped up. It's very red. He's off balance. He could have been floored there if Antuofermo was ready for him. The cut beside the left eye of Vito Antuofermo not any the worse at the moment as Hallacy comes back. Those cuts get aggravated by their banging the heads together in the infighting. Hallacy gamely fights back, but Antuofermo's experience is too much for him so far. Antuofermo knows what to do when he misses a punch, and Hallacy doesn't seem to. Hallacy is game with half a minute to go in the round. It's been a good fight all the way. A lot of blood on Hallacy's face now. Good rally by Hallacy. There's round 4 at the Boston Garden. Vito Antuofermo in the red trunks, dominating the fight so far. Irish Mike Hallacy in the green.
You have to marvel, Don, at the way the corners handle the fighters' cuts. They come out looking clean and fresh, and in seconds, that's all changed.
It's changed all right on Hallacy's face so far. He's getting chopped up little by Antuofermo. We're in the 4th round of a scheduled 10-rounder. Antuofermo is risking his number 2 rating in the world and a shot at at the middleweight championship.
Hallacy, of course, sees this as a big opportunity, his first major fight in the eastern United States.
Antuofermo still piling up the points. Scoring is on the 10-point must system. 10 points to the winner of a round, 9 or less to the loser, and more blood from around the left eye of Vito Antuofermo. There's the best punch of the fight so far by Antuofermo, and he's got Hallacy flinching a little bit. It's all Antuofermo so far. Blood streaming down the face of Hallacy now. They've both lost their share of it. A minute to go here.
Up and down, up and
down. Referee Billy Connolly, one of Boston's fine officials, doing the fight.
Hallacy with a mean-looking welt into that left eye as well, Don.
Antuofermo, little by little, has cut his man down. He's landed the better punches, brought him off balance, knows what to do when he misses. And he's all over Hallacy in this round. And Hallacy's face is showing pain. And it's becoming a one-sided fight. Round almost over.
Ability and pull away.
We can take a look at Mike Hallacy's face here. That fella gets his arm out of the way, and he's getting chopped up on a regular basis by Vito Antuofermo, who is hitting him so well. Now, here's a replay of the part of that round with some pretty good action. Hallacy barely grazing the chin with that left hook. He's not been able to untrack himself all night so far. Short with the jab. And Vito is very, very accurate, as you can see, with both hands.
So they work on both corners. Both men have been marked in the early rounds of this bout. And as you said before, conceivably, either one could lose it on cuts if those cuts become any worse. Vito Antuofermo with a big edge over Mike Hallacy, round 5. Again, Don Dunphy.
Okay, Don. As Don Chevrier told you earlier, they come out all scrubbed up in their Sunday best, and then in no time at all, the blood starts to flow. Both cut around the left eyes. And Hallacy's face is getting very puffed, especially on the left side. Antuofermo mixing up his attack, and he's got a good arsenal of weapons, hitting on the break and getting a warning from referee Billy Connolly and apologizing for it. And Mike Hallacy just smiles. He didn't seem to mind. These are true professionals. Antuofermo's in the red trunks, and Hallacy's in the green trunks. Oh, there is a beautiful punch. If you consider a punch a beautiful thing, but it was an artistic right hand to the jaw by Antuofermo that caught Hallacy on the way in.
Well, Hallacy's got to be a winner here in Boston with Irish power written down one side of those trunks. This is Irish country. A
lot of Italians up here in Boston. Hallacy dancing up and down now. He'd been fighting flat-footed most of the way. The round is half over. Round 5 of a 10-rounder. We're coming up to the halfway mark. Hallacy claiming another low blow. Referee has not called it. There have been a few by Antuofermo. Antuofermo, notice how he held on to Hallacy's left hand when he wanted to get away out of the clinch. But he didn't score any punches there.
This is the best Antuofermo's eye has looked since round 1. For that matter, Hallacy looks better than he has for quite a while.
Not as far as scoring is concerned, Don. Antuofermo was just running away from him on the point score. It is becoming a very one-sided match. Half a minute to go in the round. Hallacy drops the gloves, and when he does, he pays for it. Throughout the fight, Antuofermo has kept Hallacy off balance, not only physically but mentally as well, and Irish Mike has not been able to get started. Italian Vito has. Round 6, Irish Mike Hallacy in the green trunks, Vito Antuofermo in the red trunks, and the referee is Billy Conley. It's a 10-round bout here in the Boston Garden, and Antuofermo is on his way to a title shot with Hugo Corro if nothing untoward happens in this second half of the bout. Scheduled for 10 rounds. I had the first round even, but I gave all the rest to Antuofermo.
First round about the last time that Irish Mike was really in it, Don. Oh, he's game. He keeps coming. He's by no means backing away.
Two minutes left in round 6 of this 10-rounder. You can see for yourself how many punches Antuofermo is landing, how many points he is piling up. As Hallacy vainly tries to get started, he talks to the referee again. And while he's thinking of what to say, he's lathered again by Antuofermo. Antuofermo's left eye looking pretty good for a change. And now Hallacy is very puffy around the right eye and is starting to swell with the round half over. Antuofermo is showing why he is one of the best middleweights in the world. He is ranked number 2, right behind champion Hugo Corro.
And if he wins this one, he'll get that chance at Corro's title.
I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in a knockout. Hallacy is taking quite a beating here in round 6 with less than a minute to go. He's still trying, but not doing much. He's rocked off balance. Antuofermo very accurate as he moves in for the kill. Billy Conley getting them apart. Hallacy's face is not a pretty sight at this point, with half a minute to go in the round.
It's a mess.
He starts to go down, but he doesn't. 20 seconds to go in the round. Antuofermo back into action. Hallacy has not been in the fight since round 1. A couple of good ones there, however.
Vito Antuofermo of Brooklyn in the red trunks. Irish Mike Hallacy in the green. And as Don Dunphy told you, it's been ever since the first round, Vito Antuofermo. Round 7, here's Don again.
All right, Don, and with that chopping right hand to the jaw, which has been so effective for him all night, Antuofermo draws further away. Hallacy put on a bit of a rally in the last round, one of the few rallies of the fight for him, but it was not enough. Scoring is on the 10-point must system by 2 judges and a referee, Billy Conner.
It's a must system for Hallacy, too. He must do something in a hurry here to salvage this one. Way behind.
Two minutes left in the round. Antuofermo seems as strong as he was when he started. And the referee is talking to both of the young men. The doctor was in between rounds, Dr. A.P. Blumenthal, giving a good look-see to Hallacy's face.
He's got a cut up on his scalp, up in the hair as well, Don, like Hallacy has.
Half a minute to go in the round. Hallacy came in here with a good record. 18 wins and 23 fights. He's never been stopped. He's overmatched, no question about that. Leading from the nose again and running into a salvo and becoming a little gun shy. And Hallacy is puffed around the right eye. It may close. And if he can't see out of that, he's had it. Referee Billy Connolly getting them apart again. With half a minute to go in the round. Round 7 scheduled for 10. And Antuofermo has been relentless from the beginning of the bout. He's smart enough to work that body, too. Vito is not a headhunter alone, as you can see. He works that body very well. Time almost up in this round.
Rounds on both these battlers. Vito Antuofermo in the red and Mike Hallacy in the green trunks. This is the 8th round, and Don Dunphy.
Referee Billy Connolly is wearing the referee's gray. As Chevrier told you earlier, they come out pretty scrubbed at the start of each round, and it doesn't last long. However, Antuofermo made a very smart move, or at least his corner did, in bringing in Freddie Brown. And Antuofermo has a bad cut on the left ear now, and it's bleeding hard. And I will say they have the best cut man in the business in Freddie Brown in their corner, and that has been a big help to Antuofermo tonight. But Freddie's got to work on that ear between rounds. I don't know if you can see it. It's the left ear. It's bleeding profusely. Now it stopped bleeding again.
That right eye of Hallacy's is very nearly closed on. He's got a cut in the scalp. Antuofermo one on the ear, over the eye. Brutal punishment for both these men, but Antuofermo is way ahead.
There's no question about who's ahead in this fight. No question at all. Hallacy tried to get fancy that time. The young man in the green trunks. Antuofermo in the red. Antuofermo's name is spelled, by the way, Antuofermo, Antuofermo, and he's from Brooklyn. Both weigh 160 pounds. There's that bleeding from the left ear of Antuofermo again. I hate to harp on it, but that's part of boxing, and they are bleeding, and I have to report it.
You said, Don, either way, this could have been stopped on cuts. Had any of those injuries become more serious?
A minute to go in the round. Pretty good crowd here in the Boston Garden, and they have enjoyed the fights up to now. Even though this is one-sided, they seem to enjoy it.
Good action. Hallacy making a real match of it. He knows he's just met the number 2 ranked middleweight contender tonight.
Half a minute to go in the round. Question about how much of a match he's making of it, Don.
Yeah, in terms of gameness, he's not running.
I'd do better if he did.
You're right.
He's getting chopped up literally and figuratively. This round is almost over.
Round 9, and Mike Hallacy, Don Dunphy, is fast running out of time for a miracle.
Vito Antuofermo's in the red trunks and Mike's in the green. And at this point, Hallacy needs a knockout to win. And he has not shown so far that he has that kind of a punch or that he's able to land it if he has it. Antuofermo has kept him at bay all night. And time is running out in the point where the fight could be stopped on cuts, which seemed to be Hallacy's best chance as the bout got underway, as Antuofermo, who was usually cut, got cut early in the first round, but he has not gotten any worse, apparently.
And ironically, it's Hallacy who's taken much the worst of the cut distribution.
2 minutes left in this round 9 of a 10-rounder. Vito beating his man to the punch again and again. Hook, jab, jab, hook, short right. He's thrown everything in there. I haven't seen an uppercut so far. Doesn't need it. Now he's making a chopping block of Hallacy. Hallacy is game, but most fighters are game. A minute to go in the round. Antuofermo just walks in as the cut around the left eye of Hallacy gets worse and worse, and he is tired. Very one-sided match. Hallacy just taking it there. As far as I'm concerned, they could stop it.
Well, tomorrow he'll feel as though he spent the night face down on a bed of nails.
Half a minute to go in the round. The referee trying to get them apart. And Hallacy taking another low blow. Let's see what's happening here. He is talking to both gladiators. It has been Antuofermo with the low blows, however.
Mike Hallacy almost breathing a sigh of relief. This is the 10th and final scheduled round, Don.
Hallacy wearing the green trunks and the red blood. And Vito Antuofermo wearing the red trunks. Vito's eye, which was cut in the first round, has somehow or other the blood has been stemmed and he's not been bleeding from it lately, but you never can tell. As I said, the last round time is running out when the bout could be stopped on a cut. It can be stopped any time, but at least from Antuofermo's standpoint, it has not gotten worse. Hallacy's is bad. And Hallacy is very puffed around the right eye. And I think the final bell will be a welcome sound to Mike. It has just been a long workout for Antuofermo. He rates a shot against Hugo Corro, no question about that. And he'll give Corro plenty of trouble with his style. Antuofermo, one of the best of the world's middleweights. Moving it here.
Vito's ear that was cut a couple of rounds ago, Don, is no longer a problem.
I thought you were going to say it's no longer there.
Oh, it's there. Not sure if Mike's is. We'll check.
Solid punches. Antuofermo is hitting harder as the bout wears on, with half of this round gone. The bout winding its way down now. Billy Connolly, the referee. It's really no contest, and I'm not going to pretend that it is. A minute to go in the fight.
With this bout obviously won, he has to know it. Vito is by no means hanging back, trying to take it easy in the final seconds.
It's hard to remember, Don, when Hallacy scored a couple of punches in a row. In fact, I don't remember the last one he scored. 30 seconds left in the fight. Time running out now. 15 seconds. There will not be a knockout. We've passed the 10-second mark. It's almost over.